Hi guys, it's that time of year. The sun is out and more and more patients of ours are coming in commenting that they're outdoors getting in, stuck into the garden. What I thought today is share a quick observation and a tip when it comes to the garden. I have quite a few people who tend to think that as a chiropractor and as a functional chiropractor we would be cautious or against the garden. I think cautious is probably the way to go rather than against the garden, because gardening is exercise and gardening gets the body moving and it gets people's interest to get outdoors and reap all the benefits that come with gardening. So gardening, as far as I'm concerned, we encourage. But I look at gardening in the same light of exercise. And actually I try and get people to associate garden with going to the gym. See, when you go to the gym, you go on a regular basis to get the benefit. You go for generally a certain amount of time, an hour and a half, and you mix things up. You know, you go and do different apparatus, different classes. We vary in things. The challenge with the garden, and also the challenge with how people approach the garden, is a bit like it's a task. It's a bit like saying, I've got a task, I want to complete a task, and I'll do whatever until I finish that. You know, I've got to clear this flower bed, I'm going to dig this hole, I've got to trim back the hedge. The challenge with that is that we lose track of what we're doing and how the signal that the body's giving us when it comes to frequency and duration and intensity of that exercise. When I emphasize exercise, because I see the garden or gardening as exercise. You know, you push, pull, you turn, twist, you do very similar activities than going to the gym. It's just in a different framework. The trouble is, if you overload yourself or you do something repeated too long or you go too intensely, you greatly run the risk of injury. So most of the things that we see in our office from gardening are due to overload and fatigue. You still get the one-off injury, but most of it is doing it too much, too long, or going in too intensely. So top tip this summer with going to the garden is go out and look at it from an exercise perspective. 15-20 minutes of one activity, then change position, do a different activity, have 4 or 5 different jobs on at the same time, which vary things and allow the body to a break and greatly reduce the likelihood of fatigue. Then ideally garden through the week, so you're doing 3 or 4 different sessions where you are varying things and again allowing the body some time to recover. When the weather is bad and you haven't done something one week, and then we hit the weekend because we've got a full day, and then we're trying to get ahead because next week we're away or the weather forecast isn't good, is really the big problem. It's where people tend to try and do too much too soon. They create fatigue, or they've got only one big task on. They're going to fix the fence, or they're going to paint a wall, or they're going to dig the garden up, and they'll carry on until only that task is finished. Break it up, have different tasks. Think of things like exercise. Greatly reduce and vary things will greatly reduce your likelihood of an overload, and then when we check you, we can adjust you, we can keep you well and keep you functioning at your best, so that you can not only complete those tasks pain-free and greatly reduce the injury, but at some stage you can even sit back and reap the rewards of all your labor and sit back and enjoy your garden. So top tip, look at the gym and the garden in the same light. It's exercise, vary it, and enjoy your time out in the garden. Till next time, see you later.